Hello, fake sinners. Welcome to this week's meeting of the Sad Kids Record Society. I'm your host, Adam, and I'm listening to That Guy by Tyler, the Creator.
And I'm your other host, Lily, and I'm listening to Who's Laughing Now by Dury.
But we'll tell you about that later. For now, let's drop the needle.
I'm going to keep it in.
Yep.
This is amazing. You are literally like my musical soulmate.
This is a bop.
We're just fucking going.
You're just fucking going. I'm probably going to keep that part in too. Podcast, Adam.
Yeah.
Podcast. Holy cow.
We do that here.
What does that mean? Define podcast for me.
Ooh, it's no longer a cast you keep in your pocket. I think we got away from that, or a cast you listen to an iPod even.
That's where the name came from, because the concept originated from Apple. So it was a iPod cast. It was a broadcast from your iPod. That's how you listen.
Made famous by Metal Gear Solid 4 Guns of the Patriots.
True, coming out this month, actually.
Finally. First time.
Of the PlayStation 3 for the first time ever.
Fuck
a cell processor.
Fucking excuses.
That's not what it's about today, though.
No, it could be, but it shouldn't be.
We're going to talk about Paramore some more. We've got Playing God. We've got Brick by Boring Brick. But before we get to that...
Before we get bricked up?
No. Hey? No. I want to commend you, Adam, and maybe the listeners will disagree with me, but as the person who edits our podcast, I have got to say, microphone on arm.
Yeah.
Great.
Good choice.
You can't do this anymore because that's a conservative MAGA signal.
Right.
You can't do the
do that, though.
No, why? What is wrong with you?
Oh, wait. I forgot. I had something in my pocket.
Why?
I did this.
Oh, yay! Adam voted. I live in Washington, and we get mail-in ballots by default, so I voted several weeks ago. Please don't wear that on your head the entire episode.
Oh, the entire episode.
All right. Well.
Funnily enough, there's somebody from Washington who has moved into our neighborhood. I should go ask them if they know you, because, there's only one person that lives in Washington.
Yeah, everybody in Washington knows each other. That's how that works.
Yeah. Famously,
people in Washington do not want to know each other. That's kind of a thing about Washington. But anyway, congratulations on doing your civic duty. I'm proud of you. On Riro Tuesday of all days, you went and voted.
I thought I was going to get fucked because I got there and I gave the guy my license.
Yeah.
And we haven't changed our licenses since we moved, which is a bad thing to do because it's been a while now.
It's been a while. So let me get this straight, Adam. You mean to tell me that they don't need to pass a new law for citizens to vote in our elections? Right? A new bill that would fundamentally cripple our democracy? They don't need to do that to ensure that voting is safe and free and equal?
Yep. Right.
Wow. That's crazy. That's so crazy.
He asked, and I gave him the address that's on my license, and he's like, do you have another address? The one that's on there. So, of course it was the new address, which that's great for the legal system to know where I live at all moments. But, at the same time, it's like, I gave you this. You want to verify what's on this. You kind of just turned the cards on me here. I get it. You did the right thing, but come on now. I was like, it could be this one. And then he was like, well, it could be. And then I said it again. He was like, it's the one you said.
What I'm hearing is that you should be deported. Where? I don't know.
Absolutely.
but probably Nicaragua,
Hell.
Argentina, maybe.
Yeah.
Go grab Maduro and take him with you. Maybe that'll be a thing. We don't get super political on this podcast very often because it's really a lot of farts and goose. But
right.
What a perfectly present time to talk about it on voting day. I hope everybody voted. We were not the concept of recording these things a week before literally a week before the episode comes out is that we always forget that events are happening, and so we can't be like, hey, don't forget to vote today if you can vote on the episode that came out as we're recording on election day. But it is what it is. I voted. Adam voted. I hope you voted. There's a lot of really important races going on out there. I will be watching the polls very carefully this evening to see in various places to see if stuff's going pretty okay or not. But
the most exciting thing on the Kansas ballot, aside from, Senate and governor and so forth, was like, we can now as people elect judges.
Same. We did that here too.
So, that was the biggie for us. And that was literally the only biggie aside from just electing people as things.
It's so crazy to vote for judges because the thing about Washington is that every registered voter to their address gets a ballot and they get a book. Every household gets a book of voter information. And
God, that's hella convenient.
It's very convenient. So it gives you all of the elections, all of the candidates that are running, and then all of them have an opportunity to put a statement for what they stand for in the book. So you can read their thoughts, read what and then from there, it's a very basic tool, but it kind of gives you a jumping off point to do research. Or
sure,
if you don't want to do research, if you don't care as much, at the very least you have something to kind of help guide you a little bit. And then for all the levies and all those other things, they have a page for it where it is statement in favor, statement in opposition, and then underneath each one it is a little paragraph that is the opposition's rebuttal for the in favor and the in favor's rebuttal for the opposition.
Oh, hell yeah.
So you've got all sides kind of represented, and it's up to the people to submit those for that. And all of the candidate statements are put in there unedited. So it's just here you go. And it's literally their own words. And we have a library levy to give the libraries more money, and literally there was no statement in opposition, which is really cool to hear.
That's good. Yeah.
Give money to the local library. I love that. The thing about
books.
Yeah. The thing about voting for judges is that a lot of the time, most of the time, I think exclusively, they call the judge positions, Supreme Court positions, a nonpartisan office. And that is not the case. There is no such thing. So you got to be really careful when it comes to voting for judges and court officials. But
sure.
I feel good about my choices, and I hope everybody else feels good about theirs.
Nice.
But I don't want to talk about that anymore. I got some stuff.
Nope.
I don't want to dwell. I saw 2 movies this last week in between our last recording and this recording. The second one, I'll talk about it briefly, and that's why I wore the shirt today. If you're watching on YouTube, I saw Spider-Man: Brand New Day. I thought it was really good. It's kind of the closest that the MCU has ever gotten to making a comic book movie. I felt like I was for one of the first times ever. I felt like I was watching a comic book, and I mean that as a huge compliment. It is a very good movie. I thought they handled kind of the threads at the end of No Way Home very well. I thought, I saw some places where they could have traded out some Spider-Man characters for other characters, but this is in the trailers. Hulk is in it, and I think they probably could have used the Lizard instead of the Hulk. But I get wanting to include Hulk and stuff. But otherwise, it's overall a very good movie. If you're into Spider-Man or the MCU, I very much recommend it. I also don't want to dwell on this for very long, because after seeing it, I do think we are going to probably accelerate a deep cut about it. I saw the pro shot of Hadestown, and I think I mentioned this on an episode. I've seen like a local performance of it back in Ohio.
Sure.
I have listened to it, the cast album, a bunch. This is the first time I've ever seen the Broadway cast. And it's also the first time, like, that's what the cool thing about pro shots is that like you can see their reactions and their facial expressions, and you can kind of see the choreography a little bit more intricately and all this other stuff.
Yeah.
Fucking phenomenal.
Hell yeah.
Oh my God. Like, what a incredible, beautiful, phenomenal musical.
Nice.
And again, I don't want to talk about it too much because I know we're probably going to do a deep cut on it relatively soon. They extended its kind of residency in theaters because it's like the highest grossing pro shot musical of all time at this point.
Oh, fuck yeah.
And I think that you should look into seeing if there's a theater nearby that you can see it at, because it is so worth it. You should definitely see it. I think it's already on like pre-orders for like streaming services and stuff, so you'll be able to watch it, but like you should go see it in theaters if you can. Everybody is so incredible. People clown on Reeves' voice, Orpheus. I like his voice. I think he's very fun and unique. Do I think there are better Orpheuses that I've seen? Sure. I think that Reeve is great though. I think that Amber Gray, Persephone, phenomenal. Her body language, her moves, her everything she was doing was phenomenal. Eva Noblezada, who is Eurydice, gorgeous voice, just amazing. Andre, who is Hermes, just incredible. I love his cadence. I love his presence. He's incredible. Nice. I want to give a shout out to specific one to Patrick Page, who plays Hades. He number one, his voice, like his deep voice and the way he sings is like so great. Right before they filmed the pro shot of Hadestown, he, I believe, ruptured his Achilles. And instead of just sitting it out and letting somebody... Yeah, I know.
I'm sorry, what a thing to do.
I know, what a thing to do before... Yeah, I get it. Yeah, it's very funny. Actually, that's the Iliad, but never mind. But he ruptured his Achilles, and instead of sitting it out and let somebody else come in and do Hades, they gave him basically like a dancing boot. So they put this like black boot cast on him that fit in with his outfit, and then they gave him a cane, and like it almost like the cane was not part of it.
You can do a lot with a cane.
Yeah, he was like, I don't know, like the way that he had to move because of the boot, like he looked like he was slithering around like a snake. Like it was perfect. And he was doing stuff with the cane, and they used the cane for like emotional beats and shit like that. Like it was phenomenal. So I want to give him an extra special shout out because it was like right after he did it too. So that's like really impressive. So
oh yeah. Well, I'll be curious because it says that it's in theaters just indefinitely now. Like the indefinite run is what it is. Good. So I'll be curious. I've got to find time for this.
You check it out, and if you're listening or watching, and you have the ability, and you go look, and you have the ability to see it within the next like week, please go see it. If you have any interest in musicals at all, it will not disappoint. It is amazing. So. That's what I wanted to say about my theater watching. Also, I've decided that my my new self-care is going to be irreverent Letterboxd reviews. So if you want to follow me on Letterboxd, you can find the link to that on my website, lilianawrites.com.
Well, I fucking looked the other day. When'd you add it?
Well, I haven't added to the website yet. I'm going to before the episode comes out. I'll tell you what my ad is after the podcast. I'm trying to drive traffic to my website, Adam. Thank you.
Well, I was going to go to the website hoping I could find the motherfucker because I went to everything that I saw a review for and just hoped to scroll and find Lily on there and just never found it.
It's the easiest username to find. Like for real.
It is until there's like thousands of them.
Sure. But like I'm talking about like just search my fucking username and like it's the easiest username to suss out if you know anything about me.
Well, you know.
Anyway. Yeah. What you got?
Hell yeah.
Aside from voting.
Odyssey. Fucking
yeah, you saw it. That's right.
We did.
Not as Nolan intended, which is unfortunate, but I get it.
But I think after experiencing it that way, I'm kind of fine. Based off what I told you, the seats in the IMAX for Wichita it literally made a diamond. I saw that.
Sure.
It literally made like the diamond of, hey, here's the good seats that all the people got, and here's your shitty spots. It's either the far back or the fucking side under the speaker. And they put that IMAX in Wichita in 2012. No, maybe it was 2010. The first thing that came out in that IMAX was Tron Legacy. So that might date me as how old I am because I was there for the midnight showing of that. But I've sat under those speakers a lot and it fucking sucks. So, the famous scream that happens in this movie by a one-eyed being, nobody could guess what it was.
Yeah.
Oh my God. That was bad in the theater I was in, let alone having to sit under it. No fucking thank you.
Yeah. I managed to get lucky with the Odyssey. I got like middle back row seats and it was very good.
Yeah. And famous Carrie fashion, she did fall asleep for about 20 minutes.
Sure.
And it was like, you can't really pick the best part of the Odyssey, but I think like in a scenario of 20 minutes that you shouldn't have fallen asleep, it was probably those 20 minutes. When there's animal things happening and they visit a specific place that's not good for people who are alive. I don't know why I'm acting like people don't know what the Odyssey is at this point. But, right.
I get it.
But I'm sure there's like people that listen to this that my kids didn't read the Odyssey in high school the same way I did.
We're losing recipes. That's crazy.
Right. So it's like, when you visit a place and a character comes back and, hey, it's that character that you met before. It's like, hey, you should wake up. You should. And there was no amount of nudging, nothing.
I understand being a sleepy bitch. I'm a sleepy bitch too. Movies are so fucking expensive. I couldn't imagine falling asleep in a movie.
Especially because we went to like the adult theater, which is like 21 only, 21 plus. No kids. Everybody's having fucking sex. I don't know how you fall asleep through that. But like AMC that we normally go to, it was all front row. And it's like, I'm not experiencing this from the front. Whether I can recline
I'm not
or not.
willing to experience any movie from the front row. That seems that's miserable.
I did that for Thor and IMAX. I think I've said that on here before. It sucked. It fucking sucked. So I was like, all right, I want to see it. I want to see it in a decent screen. Sucked. Like this movie was fantastic, but it was like that screen really blew that I'm ready for a good 4K cut of this. And I don't care if they tack on an extra fucking hour or 2 or 7. Give me the Odyssey extended cut into a trilogy by itself.
And tell me too, it whipped by, didn't it, for 3 hours? Like
it moved.
Yeah.
It
was really good.
It was good enough that you remember him plucking the bow.
Yeah.
And it's like that thing to last that long in your memory, 2.5 hours, is like, that's great. But like to just have something so subtle, but so fucking constant and needed for his character.
Here's what I'll tell you really quick about Spider-Man when I went to go see Spider-Man. And this apparently is like a phenomenon. Like I saw people online were talking about how they did it too. I accidentally bought Real D 3D tickets to go see Spider-Man. And And I was really upset about it. I wear glasses. I hate wearing the 3D, the Real D 3D glasses. I haven't seen a Real D 3D movie since the first Avengers movie.
Oh shit.
Yeah, so it's been a very long time. They've updated those glasses.
Oh, nice.
Because they're a little bit thinner, they're not as like heavy, and they're a little bit wider too, so they fit over my glasses, and it was perfectly fine. So
hell yeah.
Yeah. So
hell yeah.
Oh,
for sure, I'd say anybody should go watch The Odyssey.
Yeah,
I am
definitely
continuously depressed that I'm going to be on a work trip at one of the few places in the world, 41 count,
with a 70 millimeter.
With a 70 millimeter. And I was like, God damn it, if I'd have just been wise enough to just extend it out either side just by one day, right? Because I'm sorry, I'm not going to go see a 10 o'clock screening of a 3-hour movie and wake up in a place that I don't normally wake up in and then go have to do adult things. Like, that doesn't sound fun for me. But at the same time, it's like, God damn it.
I don't know, man. I think I think just to experience a 70 millimeter IMAX film, I think
know
it might be worth that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I don't know I don't even know. I think the closest 70 millimeter is in LA for me, I think.
Sure. Yeah. Like if this comes up again, I will pay, myself for a day, because Jesus tits. What a thing to just have there.
I guess we should probably talk about, anybody should see The Odyssey. I think you know who you are if you should see Spider-Man, and if you listen to this podcast, you should probably go see Hadestown. Yeah. We have a little quick mail time if you want to jump over.
Mail time.
I should let the transition do that.
Oh.
We have an email from Jesus Molasses. This is Jasper Grace, who is using both names simultaneously now, as he says in his email. This email did not come from the usual email I expect Jesus' emails to come from. So, and he does address it in the email. Hi, it's Jasper Grace. I'm using both simultaneously now, LOL. I possessed my friend to send this because I need to clarify something from my last email. So, my parents are not listening to the pod, LOL. Hopefully they never do, because I would be in huge trouble for 1, emailing at all in the first place, and 2, going by my preferred name and pronouns. So yeah, definitely not. I just meant they were excited for me to listen to Fall Out Boy because of you. BTW, I listened to Folia Do and I really liked it. Good. That's season 4. The person I have possessed probably won't listen either. She's busy with the Tally Hall / Markiplier hyperfixations, LOL. Me too, but I can make time for podcasts sometimes. I truly have no idea what the kids are into these days. I love Markiplier. I don't know what Markiplier and Tally Hall have to do with each other. I don't know what's going on. I'm just going to let that go.
I'm sold. I don't even know what the fuck a Tally Hall is. I mean...
Well, Tally Hall is a band.
Okay.
You've heard of Rob Cantor, right? The Shia LaBeouf Live.
Yeah.
Shia LaBeouf, actual cannibal. So he's part of a band called Tally Hall, and
I recognize this guy. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm very confused as to what Tally Hall and Markiplier have to do with each other. Anyway,
internet baby.
I don't care that much. Anyway, I'm going to yell at things. I'm going to yell about things I'm excited about now. 1, I'm going to see Dan and Phil on tour. Jazz Lotus would love to know your location. Nobody ever good comes to my state, and especially not my city, but they are, and I'm so happy. Yippee! 2, IDK How are in the studio recording the new album. They posted a few snippets of songs, and they're so good. I missed that, but I will have to check it out. And the touring band is now the official band. They're finally going to be on an album. This email's meme is brought to you by Rendren, and it says, "Uh-oh, you just got epically Zubined. Tag someone to epically Zubin them." And then Jazz continues, "Get Zubined. We love Zubin." I have no fucking idea who Zubin is. I'm old. Who is Zubin?
No.
What do you mean?
No.
What is it? Hold on. What is it? What does it mean to get Zubined? And that's going to be in my search history for a while. Getting Zubin. Oh, it's a Tally Hall thing. Okay. I didn't know that they had a saying like that. Getting Zubined is an inside joke in the Tally Hall fandom, meaning to unexpectedly feature, reference, or be playfully overwhelmed by band bassist Zubin Sedki. It refers to surreal edits, fan animations, or sudden meme appearances online. Number one, I did not know their bassist was named Zubin. I only know I've heard their music and I only know about Rob. I know Rob because of Rob. I did not know this band's name was Zubin, nor that he was a meme. I'm sorry for being old. P.S. I'm still defending Mikey. He's awesome. He doesn't deserve this abuse. You mean bastard man Mikey Way?
Yep.
Okay. I don't care that the MCR season is over. Fun fact, the first time he ever picked up a bass was to record Bullets. It shows. I'm definitely biased as a bassist, but shh. PPS, Elliot, I do like Welcome to the Black Parade. I said I love every song on the album. Okay, bye. Thank you, Jasper Grace, Jesus Muleases. I'm surprised we don't have anything from Caitlin Taylor today.
I feel so fucking old.
None of those words are in the Bible.
None of that was English to me. It all just was words that people say. And Jasper Grace, I'm sorry, but you have to do a little better than going by JG, because all I can think of is the 877 Cash Now.
Sure.
We got to do better for you.
Jasper Grace Wentworth. Yeah, we know.
Yeah.
So I'm sorry. Before I get into the rigmarole of the whole everything, I went to YouTube just to double check that we didn't have any comments on YouTube. And on the front page of these one of the featured videos on the Sad Kids Record Society YouTube page, on the algorithm is a video. Is this AI? It has to be AI. 3 weeks ago, Eminem featuring Avril Lavigne, "Home Was a Lie." Is that a real thing?
Yeah. I don't know.
Hold on.
I don't think I want to know. That sounds like AI.
It is. It's AI. Okay.
Right.
Sad Sphere. Oh, okay. Yeah. That's AI. God damn it. I don't want to see this shit.
God damn it.
Not interested. Tell us why. I don't like the video. Thank you. God damn it. That's not that I'm upset that it's fake, because that sounds like it'd be miserable, but stop using fucking AI, people.
Yeah.
For creative endeavors. Oh, this feels like a really good time to bring this up in the mail time section, is that I looked into our spam folder.
Nice.
And we've been getting emails from a bunch of spam emails with this thing. Greetings. Hope you're having a wonderful day. I'm reaching out to submit my new single blank for your playlist consideration. It's an atmospheric electronic track with sci-fi influences where glitchy club beat meet a bittersweet off-world love story that fades like distant Starfield static. I feel the track would be a great fit for playlists featuring melodic electronic music, atmospheric dance, late night vibes, or underground electronica. And then they give you links to Spotify and YouTube and stuff, and you go there and it's this is fucking AI.
Yeah, no, thank you.
We just get those over and over again, and it's all from different emails and stuff like that. But it links to the same YouTube channels and the same Spotify channel. And it's just why? What the fuck are we doing? Stop! God damn.
We don't need this. Yeah, nope, we don't need this.
Yeah. Anyway, it's the enshittification of everything is getting a little too regular for my personal taste. But
yep.
That being said, if you want actual creators making content like us, and you want us to talk about you and your thoughts on this podcast, we don't use AI.
No.
And you can email us at thediscopod@gmail.com, or check us out on Instagram at Sad Kids Record Society. Or you can leave a comment on our YouTube channel, Sad Kids Record Society, or you can check our various places of social media and reach out to us that way. Always in the links, like I said, on my socials and stuff. I'll add them socials and stuff. But again, I'm going to keep promoting my new website, LilianaWrites.com. I thought it's very clever because on account of how my name is Liliana Wright and I'm a writer, so it's Liliana Wrights. I'm so clever. Hey, Adam, should we talk about the meat of the podcast?
Let's fucking do it.
We're going to talk about
also,
God.
Before we jump over to the meat, there's no way that AI could do anything this podcast does. We've tried that, right? And it proved to fail.
Right. Before we did talk about that before we really
Christmas.
It was the second Christmas we did feels like Christmas for the old podcast, and it was before everything with the data centers and before we really had like the true consequences of what using AI was. So we do cop to that. That was our bad, and we will never do it again. But we did do it, and it fucking sucks. So AI fucking sucks. Anyway.
Yeah.
The meat. We're going to talk about playing God first.
Meat.
Nathan quoted as saying emo is a pile of shit.
Oh shit, yes.
Why is that?
Well, emo as it is today, emo is basically a pair of jeans and a haircut.
Hey, Adam.
Hi.
Playing God is a song by American rock band Paramore, taken from their third studio album, Brand New Eyes. It was written by the band's lead singer Hayley Williams, lead guitarist Josh Farrow, and rhythm guitarist Taylor York, and produced by Rob Cavallo and the band. It was released as the fifth and final single. This was the last single from the album on November 15th, 2010. It was also the final single to feature former band member Josh and Zach Farrow before their departure in 2010. Zach returned to the band in 2017, as we know.
Damn.
So it was announced that Playing God would be Paramore's next single on the Alter the Press website to be released November 15th, 2010. Lead singer Hayley Williams said on her Twitter, Miss Anne will be making her final appearance in our new video for Playing God. She was the best car. She'll live on in our hearts forever. I feel like that must be the car that was in the music video. I don't know. It appears there was lore behind Miss Anne that I was not aware of. The song was written by Williams and Josh Farrow and Taylor York. Williams said she wrote the song at a time when she felt very angry. When asked about the development of music during an interview on each track, Williams said, all five of us met up at Zach's and Josh's house and sat around their living room with two acoustic guitars and bassist Jeremy Davis's bass. Josh and Taylor started playing these two picking guitar lines. It felt very Jimmy Eat World-ish. I have a thought about the opening of this song, actually, that is not Jimmy Eat Worldish, and I will present that to you here in a bit.
Sure.
Naturally, we were all into it. I had all kinds of lyrics on my old Sidekick, R.I.P. And the ones used, talk about old fucking Sidekick.
Oh, shit. Yeah.
And the ones used in this song used to be a completely different song in my head. I had it all fast and rude sounding. Sorry. Okay, but for some reason, I really wanted to reuse them for the Jew sounding song. Is that right? What is that? Is there?
That's why you don't abbreviate Jimmy Eats World.
Jimmy Eats World.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
That's why you don't do that.
At the very least, put the fucking the periods in there to indicate.
Yeah.
Holy shit, that I got jump scared. I was like, Hayley, you can't say that. You're from Tennessee.
Yeah.
What the fuck? Okay, Jesus. Sorry. God. I literally just read Jimmy Eat World. I did not make the connection because the jump scare of the word Jew in all caps without any indicator that's an acronym just fucking shocked me to my core.
It's strange.
I need to go back and start reading this from a certain point. Okay. I had it all fast and rude sounding, but for some reason I really wanted to reuse them for the Jimmy Eat World sounding song. I changed the melody around and added more once Josh came up with music for the chorus. What I love about the song is the contrast between the subject matter and the melody. The song at its core is very angry. It is very angry. I'm ripping at self-righteous people, ripping at my own bandmates and anyone who ever made me feel not good enough. But the overall tone of this song is completely different. It's laid back and really fun. By the time we'd gotten to the studio, the song still needed a bridge. So I sat down at the piano, wrote the parts. It's one of my favorite bridges on the record. I love the call and response vocal that Josh and I did. I feel like this song is one of those that we've been waiting to write for a long time. The song has, this is reception. The song has received general acclaim from music critics. James Montgomery of MTV praised the video, noting Paramore are coming home, looking back, wrapping things. It's a story that began with the band's future in serious doubt and ends with them stronger, happier, and better than ever. He also, He also stated, so if God really is the end of the Brand New Eyes line, well, then it's a fitting farewell. It is time for the band to turn the page and move on. His conclusion was that the video was a bit of professionalism and fun, and I cannot wait to see where they go from here. Emma... Okay, that's Deke. I thought that said Gay Dyke. Emma Gaydyke of Billboard magazine said playing God plays off the same momentum that the video for Ignorance did, as Williams is seen poisoning, detaining, and interrogating her male bandmates with a magnifying glass in a dark basement. While the video is an accurate representation of the ill-harbored feelings that the band once shared, there is no doubt that Paramore has since recovered.
Oh, sure.
Oh, okay. By the end of the video, Williams has untied the guys just enough so they can still rock out together, suggesting that while she may not be forgetting the past, she's definitely forgiving. So there is a music video. We can kind of talk about that now. It is kind of the sequel to Ignorance in a way, because again, it's that same dark basement. Haley is kind of like, it was filmed entirely in their home of Williams in Franklin, Tennessee, in Haley's home in Franklin, Tennessee. I thought that's nice. Williams, Franklin, Tennessee, but no, entirely in the home of Williams in Franklin, Tennessee. But she shows up to this house. She gets out of the car, which I assume is Miss Anne. And she has some flowers with her. And then she goes down to the basement and the band is tied up. And she's got the light again. And she's got magnifying glasses. And she's screaming at them. And she then has this moment where she's like sitting and laughing and talking with people upstairs. And then as they're leaving, she poisons the tea and remembers that shows like how she poisoned the band and got them downstairs and tied up and everything. And then she finally she sees the garden shears on the table and some rope on the table. And when her friends leave, she's like, okay. And she goes down, cuts them loose, and she's dancing around and singing while they're playing music. And she's holding the rope, and then she leaves, goes up, and they're kind of still tied up, but they're not fully tied up. And she like throws the rope down to the basement and shuts the cellar and leaves them down there. So interesting shit. What did you think watching the Playing God music video?
I think it was, it's good, pure 2009 emo kid bullshit. It's what it is. I really enjoyed the Ignorance video a lot. Mm-hmm. But, it is what it is. I think it conveys the message. I think I can see this. This is very much a, hey, there's drama in the band, the music video.
Yeah,
really.
Absolutely.
So it's in some ways uncomfortable to watch when listening to the song that it's tied to, because that's also just like, hey, we're a little uncomfortable right now. But then you see this and it's like, oh, we thought we should make a horror movie about how we feel.
Sure. It does feel like it could be a little bit of catharsis too, because they obviously agreed to do it. So I think it's one of those things where they talked about how, like, in theory, it does feel like it's kind of cheekily like prodding at the problems that they had. But we kind of know
how that goes.
How that went. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's also worth noting that in the 2010-11 charts, it peaked at number 5 at the UK rock and metal official charts. No OCC. Official charts. Don't know me. Peaked at number 5 for that. So that's the only chart performance for Playing God. Yeah.
We'll get charts on the next one.
We will get charts in the next one. That's a big fucking single on the next one. Haley told Kerrang! May 9th, 2009 that this song about self-righteous people and feeling the blow of that. She added, the main line is in the chorus is, if you point the finger, I might have to bend it back and break it off, is about people who place blame and how they should look at themselves first. It's something I've dealt with since I was young. The song at its core is very angry. I'm ripping at self-righteous people, ripping at my own bandmates and anyone who ever made me feel not good enough. So that goes back to the line we read already. Let's see here. There's also something here. Haley said, along with ignorance, the song is about feeling judged or looked at through a narrow mindset. Someone just doesn't get you, so clearly you're in the wrong. I have long past been over it. There was a point where it was close to controlling me. It's hard to live under a microscope, especially when these people are close enough to you they should see with their naked eyes. This song has much more of a religion angle or a background to it than any of the other songs dealing with this subject might have. I grew up in a Southern Baptist church. The whole town is practically Southern Baptist. That denomination was a reputation for being extremely strict, impersonal, and most shockingly, hypocritical. I have always been very turned off by that approach to spirituality. It seems very routine and again so impersonal. If you're a Christian or believe in Christ, you might know what I mean when I say that it's important to get a log out of your own eye before pointing out a tiny splinter in your brother's. Oh, and for the record, the Bible is meant to be a weapon against temptation and evil, not against your friend's personal choice to live outside your own limits that you set for yourself, which is
hell yeah,
so true, so real. I love that. I love that. That's really cool.
Which, I mean, you know, last time we had talked about some of the weird religious things that happen with this band, and obviously here we are getting deeper into that. And I mean, literally titling a song called Playing God is kind of right there.
Right. And like, obviously after this record is when the Pharaohs left the band and all that other stuff. And they famously talked about Josh and Haley arguing over the religious aspects and all the other stuff. So it's interesting. This song also does feel like it's I almost wish that we didn't like have to worry about overloading episodes for our own sanity, because this is very much like a trilogy of songs. The first 3 songs are very much like they follow the same themes and like different perspectives and different points along that timeline of like escaping from that like narrow life and stuff like that. So it's really interesting to kind of like look back at and stuff. So we can talk about it from that kind of lens too. But before we do that, let's look at the credits. Released on September 25th, 2009. Producer, Rob Cavallo. Writers, Haley Williams, Josh Farrow, and Taylor York. Co-producer, Paramore. Distributor, Warner Music Group. Label fueled by Ramen. Copyright, Atlantic Records, Warner Music Group, phonographic copyright, fuck Warner, by the way, Atlantic Records and Warner Music Group, mixed at LA Studio, mastered at Sterling Sound, engineer Doug McKean, Dan Chase, and Lars Fox, assistant engineer Steve Ray, Russ Waugh, keyboardist, you can believe it, Jamie Mahobarak is back. Vocals, Haley Williams, guitar, Josh Farrow and Taylor York, bass, Jeremy Davis, mixing engineer Chris Lord Algie, assistant mixing engineer Keith Armstrong and Nick Carpin, additional mixing Brad Townsend, mastering engineer Ted Jensen, publisher Warner Music Group, but father, I just want to sing music. Josh's Music, FBR Music, Hunter Borough Music, Mo Hits, and EMICMG Publishing. Guitar technician, Riley Eminger. Drum technician, Nate Warshawski. Drums, Zach Farrow. So we
right there at the end.
He's all the way down. He's all the way down there. Recorded at Lightning Studios in Hidden Hills, California. Songs that sample Playing God. Jane Remover Memorabilia.zip by Jane Remover. All right.
Okay.
Covers, Playing God by Oreo, solo, and by Campusanis. Those are the 2 we got. What do you got for tags, sir?
I've got 4 tags: rock, USA, in English, pop rock, emo pop, alternative rock, and pop rock.
And funnily enough, there are no tags, no genres.
No,
on Wikipedia.
the strange thing is they say view playing God samples. It's 3. It's the one that you mentioned, and then Playing God by Oreo Solo, and then Playing God by Campusanus.
Yeah.
Like, why did that need a second page for 2 additional samples? But whatever. Genius gone genius.
Genius gone genius. Well, that's all we got to say about that. We can start talking about the song. And the first thing I want to say is, and I'm going to say this just because I mentioned this is, I don't want to make it a thing because remember how when we were talking about the Bye song and it became the Bye song instead of what it was actually called?
Yeah.
I don't want to call this the Jew song. I don't think
we probably shouldn't. I don't think we should do that.
But my impulse is to do so.
Yeah.
But I'm just going to say that I'm going to resist that impulse.
Yeah.
So in
it's rare that I have to pull you back, but I think in this instance I might have to.
No, I think that's the smart thing to do is to reel that one back. I think actually. Lotus just messaged me and I have to tell them that. Sorry, you're too late.
They could sense it. Yeah. Oh yeah. Because I think even in the previous iteration of the podcast, if we put the Bye song and it's tied to a Panic at the Disco podcast, people would be like, yeah, I know what that is. Yeah. Right now in a season that's tied to...
You can't tie that back to anything.
We can't.
I just wanted to throw that out there. It's like, yeah, whatever. So this song, the way that it starts, and I fully recognize that like the line or anything, like it doesn't, like they're not the same. Like the vibe is different, but the beginning of this gives me Ghost of You vibes.
Yeah,
a little bit, like the way that it progresses and how it's like slow and then builds into like the big like chorus moment. And again, very different vibes, different. Everything is different, but like that's what it feels like to me. It feels very like the beginning of Ghost of You, like that same like slow tone into, I don't know. It was what I caught when I was listening to it. So we start with verse 1, and it starts with I can't make my own decisions or make any with precision. Well, maybe you should tie me up so I don't go where you don't want me. You say that I've been changing, that I'm not just simply aging. Yeah, how could that be logical? Just keep on cramming ideas down my throat. And then you've got the whoa. We got our woes.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah, we do.
That's pretty. I love that. I love a whoa. You know me. I love a whoa. So this again, it ties back into those themes for the last 2 songs where it's about like people seeing you from a perspective of difference and how, you know, you shouldn't be allowed to make these decisions because you're making the wrong decision, or, you know, all this other stuff. And this sarcastic, well, then you should just tie me down and just trap me and make sure I don't leave because like I'm going to do what I want type of thing. Right.
And like you said, this is a pretty consistent theme so far. I don't think it's a bad one. I think kind of the farther that it gets on, like the farther that it goes, almost the more honed the message gets.
Yeah.
You know, like it just gets more and more pointed in its verbiage in a way that it's just like, now it's, you take action against me. If you want me to change, you should be the one to try and change me. And guess what? That's not going to happen.
Yeah. Yeah. And then that also ties back into things. So then it becomes like this perspective shift where it's about like, you know, you say that I've been changing, and it's not just like the concept of growth or whatever. And this like argument is like, oh, that's not logical. Like what you think is going on is not the logical thing. You're just trying to force feed me like your beliefs and your thoughts.
Right.
I should do things.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's first one.
Like it's strange too. Is it still just a person? Because it feels like a person while still being like everything and everybody kind of.
It does feel very much like a like general, but also targeted. Because again, like we sort of talked about how it's like it's about the band and it's about like people in her hometown.
Right.
And it's very like focused and targeted, but it does feel like very much like of the world. Whereas like a lot of like, if you think about a lot of like religious songs, it's very much like talking about the secular world and how dangerous the secular world is, and is this whole thing. This is like, this can be spun into a version of that where it's about like the religious world or the closed-minded world, where it's like it is, as a song written by Hayley Williams, is very targeted, but also it can be applied more broadly to this idea of people just generally trying to turn you into something you're not, or keep you from becoming what you should be, or what you need to be, or what you're becoming. And I think that's like a very powerful notion in a lot of ways. So
yeah. I mean, like, that's also incredibly sad, right? When you're part of a band, and obviously I don't want to get like into all the drama, but like that does suck to know that you're fairly shackled just by the people that you have joined and formed this band with, right? Like that sucks. And then it's kind of the Gerard Way thing that we mentioned last week, where it's like, you can't diss your band while you're still all in the band, but you sure as hell can. Miles may vary on what results you're going to get, but you sure as hell can.
You sure as, I mean, you can do anything you want to. It doesn't mean it's going to be a positive outcome. You know what I mean?
Right.
So, so we get that verse, we get our woe. And then we get into the chorus where like all of the stuff comes in, and it's like, you don't have to believe me, but the way I see it. Oh
yeah.
Next time you point your finger, I might have to bend it back or break it off.
Oh,
yeah, so good.
Yeah.
I you know what I forgot to ask? Let's finish talking about the chorus, and then before we go into verse 2.
Oh yeah.
Your reaction is giving. Your reaction here is giving, sir.
Yep.
Next time you point a finger, I'll point you to the mirror, which is very much like that whole idea where she was talking about like the self-righteousness of people and like what people do.
I'll send you some money.
Crypt Keepers
Both
got
of them.
such a situation.
Think maybe. Oh Jesus Christ! What the fuck is this?
We got 2 of them.
She is fucking Crouch Goblin.
Crotch Goblin.
Cratch Goblin. We got 2 of them today.
I almost turned off the light.
We got Crypt Keeper and Crypt Daughter joining the podcast.
Yeah. God.
But yeah, it is that, like, talking about self-righteous people where it's just like, don't you I love is like, next time you point a finger, I might have to bend it back or break it off.
Oh yeah.
Or just, like, get out of my, which is like the most pointed way for her to, without saying it, be like, get out of my fucking face, dude.
Yeah, get the fuck out of my
You're pissing me
face.
off, get the fuck out of my face. And I love that. But I also love that next time you point a finger, I'll point you to the mirror.
Right.
Which is like, which also kind of ties in, like every time, like that adage, like you point a finger at me, 3 are pointing right back at you type thing, where it's just like, like you're worried about me and what I'm doing, also stuff. Maybe you should look at yourself, and like stop being so self-righteous and judgy and stuff like that. And that theme gets carried very much into verse 2 when we're talking about like all that other stuff. So I
like how both points of this chorus are like action.
Yes.
It's like both just very pointed action. And I don't mean point in a point the finger kind of way, but like it's just both activity happening, both on like both hers, but one's obviously a bit more violent than the other, while the other one's probably more of like the proper way to do things that still generally makes somebody worse feeling than maybe just having a finger broken. Because, you know, introspection kind of sucks sometimes. Yeah. And you might just want to get a little hurt and not have to worry about it. But
but yeah, I guess so. I forgot. I got so excited to talk about the song that we forgot to do our patented thing that we just started doing again. Is Adam? I think we might know a little bit, but where's that?
I love this song. I think this song's pretty good. it's weird because I've kind of sat with it today and I did my triple listen that I do back to back to back to back. And it's like, yeah, no, this song's pretty all right. This song's pretty fucking good.
Yeah.
And I will be ready to talk about the next song too, where I'll have one controversial take. I'll say that. But like
on Brick.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think what I'll say is maybe I'm not like a wider Paramore fan right now, but maybe what I am is like a Brand New Eyes fan.
Okay.
You know, I think that's kind of starting to take shape.
I'll take it. It's kind of like it's bubbling, it's expanding.
Yeah, it's getting there.
It's UK charts bubbling under top 2.
Yeah,
whatever the fuck that thing is called.
It's kind of like the things that bother me are still gonna bother me, right? Like when we started the album and it just fucking comes in with that up and down thing that I said that I don't like. Well, surprise, bitch, and the bitch is me is the next couple of songs don't really do that, right? Like they're not just an immediate roller coaster where you're going through fucking spirals and shit. They kind of still have a good progression to them where it's kind of like, hey, we've got some subtle verses and then the choruses we're going to pop off for a little bit and then we're going to go back down for the the verses and we're going to pop back up. Mm-hmm. And I can fuck with that. Like that's a musical structure that I can get along with. Yeah. And that's why, you know, I still really enjoyed the second song that we had talked about last week. That's why I enjoyed Ignorance more than Careful. Like Careful is just like, we're right in your fucking face. And it's like, you kind of got to give me a little space because I don't really like you right now. And you got to give me a little bit of distance. And then Ignorance is like,
that's not the album's fault, Adam, because again, there are albums that you like that start off hot and heavy, and you got to just like, you got to approach it from a different angle. Yeah.
Which then like Ignorance
I get it, but yeah.
Right. Because then Ignorance comes back and it's like, I know.
Okay.
I know you don't like me, but we're gonna come down and do this thing that you like, and we're gonna make you like it. And so far they've been pretty fucking successful.
Sure. It's kind of like how like when you go to a friend's house and you're dreading going to a friend's house because they have a really hyperactive puppy.
Yeah.
And you open the door and the puppy's like jumping and barking and running around and scampering and all this other stuff. And that's Careful for you. And then they finally calm the puppy down and that's Ignorance. So you can actually pet the puppy and the puppy is just like,
right.
And all is forgiven kind of deal.
Pretty much. Or it's like you find out they have a cat that's just like, yeah, no, you're more my speed. Yeah. Sure. So how do you feel about it?
I like this fucking song a lot. I think the attitude is like palpable. I think that the instrumentation is good. I love the call and response part that comes later. I love the chorus and I love this. I love the fuck you energy of the chorus. Like it's pretty damn good. I like this song a lot. I'm gonna have a really hard time ranking this album because there's some songs on this album that like I don't listen to as much that I realize, oh no, I do love this song, and it's gonna be hard to rank it for me. I think it might be easier for you, but for me, I'm kind of conflicted.
I've kind of come to terms today that it might be one of those albums that I rank tomorrow. And then the day that we do the ranking or the day just before we do the ranking, I just fucking go through. Yeah, I go through and assess everything.
Yeah.
Like I can't promise that the number one that everybody knows is going to be the number one isn't the number one. But, it, you know, like as we go through it, it motherfucking could be.
Sure.
I've played my number one on this album specifically for seasons of this podcast that if it were not, I think I would shit my pants.
Sure. I also think for something that you said, I think there's going to be a part of Brick by Boring Brick that we disagree pretty heavily on based on what you said, but I'm curious to see how that goes. I actually don't think, maybe I'm dumb, but I don't know that I know what your number one will be.
Oh, sure.
I don't know that we've talked about it so much unless it's fucking Decode, but like that's my only...
It's not going to be Decode. Okay, Twilight does not do that much heavy lifting for that.
Sure. Well, we'll get back into it. We get to verse 2. And this is really like, I feel like Josh probably didn't like this. If God's the game that you're playing, well, we must get more acquainted because it has to be so lonely to be the only one who's holy.
Yeah.
Whew. Whew. If that isn't just the quit being a fucking self-righteous prick, holier than thou Bible thumper attitude, call out. And then I love this. It's just my humble opinion, but it's one that I believe in. You don't deserve a point of view if the only thing you see is you.
Hell yeah.
Ooh.
And it's like the calmness in the way that she says this. Like all of this, she's just fairly calm. And there is sometimes nothing scarier than an angry person who's calm.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because it's that same thing that we had talked about last episode where it's like, you know, it felt like there was an argument going on and she got the upper hand and she got angrier as it progressed on. Mm-hmm. And now it's just that cathartic thing where it's like, I've unlocked the key, like I've unlocked the door.
Yeah.
I'm angry. I win. And there's nothing you're going to say that's going to change how I feel.
It does track along the 3 albums. Like I agree with that, where it's just like, this is somebody who is angry. There is a lot of angst in the song.
Yeah.
But like it comes from like a very measured place. And that's almost more dangerous than just this being angry. So, yeah. We get into the pre-chorus again, some more woes, another chorus, and then we get to the bridge, and this is where you've got her and Josh doing like a call and response thing here. Yeah. So it goes, "This is the last second chance. I'll point you to the mirror. I'm half as good as it gets. I'll point you to the mirror. I'm on both sides of the fence. I'll point you to the mirror. Without a hint of regret. I'll hold you to it." Which again, you've got like Josh singing, "I'll point you to the mirror" in between each line here. But to kind of go, "This is the last second chance. I'm half as good as it gets. I'm on both sides of the fence. Without a hint of regret, I'll hold you to it." And this is interesting because this one is not as much. It's not quite as like pointed and obvious as the rest of the song kind of is.
Yeah. It's a barter. Like this is bartering.
Yeah. Yeah. I think half as good as it gets, last second chance I'm on. Like this does feel like somebody who, it does feel like it's going back to that kind of uncertainty a little bit, where this is somebody who is balancing the future versus the past and like balancing that toxic cycle of falling for the self-righteousness and falling for the words and falling for the judgment and going back to the way that it was. Right. Instead of moving forward and pursuing what they want to pursue is what it feels like to me. And it's kind of like thinking, and it also does kind of feel very like specifically tuned to Josh being the one where it's a call and response in a lot of ways, because it does feel like it's going back to that sort of energy of reminiscing about like the past and like the way things used to be, because I think it's important that it after this it launches back into the chorus and the end of the song again, where it's just like, okay, that's the decision point though.
Like the parentheticals, the responses are very clearly supposed to be for him, where it then kind of becomes confusing that he's the one that's saying, "I'll point you to the mirror," because in some way or another, it almost feels like a response to everything that she's saying.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, what it should be is everything that he's just kind of admitting, like yes, you'll point me, I'll point myself maybe to the mirror.
It does, because it does feel like it's the other side of the argument where like he has the same thoughts, or they, or whoever she's talking to, whoever she's addressing has the same thoughts, but it's from the opposite perspective. And I do think it's interesting to kind of note that a little bit. But yeah, it's just interesting. It's interesting to have that. that kind of like perspective shift of it too, where it's there, because it does feel like you're for the first time you're hearing the other side of the argument. It's just like, oh, these are like very similar attitudes, but it's like, where do you fall? What side of the fence do you fall on? How are you feeling?
Yeah.
Damn.
Well, like I said about the bartering thing, like it's kind of I'm so angry, but we can still make this work. We being generally everybody or anybody all the time. Like, it's just one of those things where you don't know what you're ever going to get. And whether you go back and try and fix it, you're probably still looking at the same problems. I like the line of "I'm half as good as it gets" is fucking incredible, because it just means, hey, probably without you, I'm going to be twice as good. I'm going to be the 100% good that I can be, but somehow still in here. It's like, I'm still finding a way that we can make this work. And maybe if you just kind of address yourself at the same time, we can be in a simpatico situation where everything's fixed.
Yeah. I think that's another great way to look at it too, where you kind of have this thought process where it's just like, okay, I'll stick around, I'll compromise, but you're not getting the whole me anymore.
Right.
And
I'll compromise because the compromise is you are also going to fix yourself.
Right. And I'll hold you to it. Like that's
right.
That's what it feels like, where that is another way to look at it too, which I think is more, I would say probably a more compelling read of it. I would say than the other one, but I think both of them could work. But the bridge ends and the guitar kind of like slows down a little bit, and she has like I know you don't believe me, like I know you don't believe me, but, and then it launches into the chorus again. So you've got this like little reflection moment before you get back into the chorus, where it's just like, I can stay and I can do this and I can be this person, but I'm going to be half a person and all this other stuff. And then it kind of jumps into the chorus again, where it's just like, wait a second. No, I'm going to fucking break your finger off if you fucking point at me one more goddamn time. It's the affirmation. That's the conclusion. Yeah. This is what I've decided. I'm moving forward. And it's kind of like the end of this like structure of it. So
you're done.
You're done. Yeah, that is Playing God. What the hell? Great song.
Good song.
Good song. Great song. Tell me, Adam, do you have any final things to say about Playing God before we move on to our next hunk of meat?
I think is a good closing to a trilogy of honks of meat. Good. Very good. I think, as a little thing that's just kind of bundling up this thing of, here's all my feelings about myself and the world around me and how I want to be myself and not the world around me. Good. I think that was good.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree. Well, without much further ado, let's move on to our next segment of the podcast. Talk about Brick by Boring Brick.
Fuck yeah.
I gotta tell you, I'm so fucking thrilled, Adam, to tell you right now that Brick by Boring Brick is a song by American rock band Paramore. It was released in late 2009 as the second single from their third studio album, Brand New Eyes. God, I'm so thrilled to tell you. It was, oh wow, I forgot about that. Brick by Boring Brick was featured in the Vampire Diaries episode Under Control that aired on April 15th, 2010. In terms of airplay, it's one of the album's only, in terms of airplay, it's one of the album's successful singles, including the song The Only Exception. Can I tell you something? Periodically, I'll go through life and I'll come across like a cultural touchstone or something that I liked or I did that was like, oh, I should have known I was a chick a long fucking time ago. I don't know a single man that watched the Vampire Diaries.
Sure.
And that I could be very wrong about that. I don't know of any men that watched the Vampire Diaries. I was fucking obsessed with the Vampire Diaries. That was my shit.
Is that the one?
Damon,
Elena, Ian Somerhalder.
Ian Somerhalder. Damon.
Right.
Ugh, Damon.
Yep.
And Stefan.
I think
I can't
it was
remember
one of those things
his
I
actor's
experienced
name.
from the periphery.
Fucking Damon and Stefan Salvatore look nothing alike, but that's fine. One was very obviously more handsome than the other one. And I'll let you decide if you watch Vampire Diaries what that meant. But yeah, that's another thing. That should have been a big fucking flag for me. I was like, oh, wait just a goddamn second.
Oh.
That's a thing
Well,
that I did. That
Being
I know.
reminded now who the other lead was, I think I
Yeah.
had my choice.
You have your choice? Okay.
Yeah.
Good. And I think we agree. More than likely. Anyway, that's just something for me. The song received generally positive reviews from critics. Alec Fletcher of Digital Spy gave the song 4 out of 5 and said the song is infectious, deliciously dark, with a little quote from the song there, and packed with more peanuts than Snickers. No, packed with more energy than a oh my god,
What the-
a
yeah.
Jedward dance routine. Now Jedward, now that's a reference I can get behind. Jedward is a British. Oh, that's my generation. There, they were part of. They were on the X Factor back in 2009. They had fucking tall goddamn hair. They were like, what if the Da Vinci twins were singers? I'm not even kidding. I'm not even kidding.
No, I saw the picture. I get it.
What if Da Vinci were singers and British singers?
That's fucked up.
Whatever the fuck the Da Vinci twins are. I fucking love the Da Vinci twins, by the way.
Yeah, they're pretty good. I gotta tell you though, a little bit of dyslexia coming off the last bit of Wikipedia we had really didn't do that any service. Really didn't do Jedward.
Oh yeah, Jedward.
Just a little bit of dyslexia. Fuck it.
John and Edward. There is a portmanteau of the names John and Edward. Williams. This is Alex Fletcher continuing. Williams sounds downright tremendous, leading the ba 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 climax. This should provide a welcome edge at the top end of the charts. Rolling Stone stated that Brick by Boring Brick was able to weave unexpected Smashing Pumpkin style sonics into the mix. The song received a positive review from Vicky Lutas of the BBC, who awarded the song 5 out of 5 stars. She said that the song is hair-raisingly brilliant and said listening to the lyrics is like entering a world where sandcastles aren't built but buried, a world where the baddie is not the wolf but reality. And in this world, things are dark, but they're very real. There's a sense of longing for those fairy tales and longing for innocence. But it is coupled with a sense of realization that this will never happen. Damn, Vicky, you put that on AO3? You good?
Yeah.
Put on fanfiction.net? You good? Bitch,
Damn.
what the fuck?
The fun thing about all that too is baddie now can mean two different things, and I think
and you know what, a certain type of person does think a wolf is a baddie.
Is a baddie, yeah.
Depending on who you ask, could be any number of things. The music video, tough watch.
Yeah,
tough watch because it's old. And so let me be clear. It's an old music video, and so it has the same problem that like a lot of music videos from the era have, in that the highest quality video performance on the official Paramore page on YouTube is 360p.
Yeah, it's pretty fucked up.
The audio is a little fucked. It's kind of hard to like watch because it's very blurry.
Just play the song on another platform and watch the video at the same time.
If you can sync it up, that would probably be better. And even then, your eyes might go to hell because you can tell that it's like they did a lot of like visual stuff and like CGI stuff. And like also this, and they tried really hard. They put together a interesting, whimsical music video. It's just like in 2026, it's really tough to like experience it the way it probably would experienced back then on our HD fucking big ass computer screens. You know what I mean?
Yep.
It was filmed in Los Angeles on October 8th, 2009, directed by Miart Avis, who is it's probably not, it's an Irish name. It's probably not how you pronounce Miart because they always are spelled different and all this other stuff. Avis directed videos for artists such as Bob Dylan, Bruce Springsteen, U2, Take That, Avril Lavigne, Alanis Morissette, Flyleaf, Jennifer Lopez, Newfound Glory, Josh Groban, and Ariana Grande, who after her upcoming tour, her current tour, is taking a step back.
Oh my God.
Life, by the way.
Oh my fucking God.
Handle your fucking life, bitch.
Yeah.
His commercial clients include Toyota, Pioneer, Lexus, and the Los Angeles Times. But yeah, did a lot of Thompson Twin stuff, a lot of U2 stuff.
A lot of U2.
A lot of U2. Springsteen, Van Halen. We got Indigo Girls. We got Matchbox 20. We got Trapped in here. We got POD. We got Him. Speaking of Him, Him's back.
Oof.
We'll
Papa talk about Him here in a bit.
I guess so. Jack's Mannequin and Mick Fleetwood. We got Bush. We got Evanescence. The Pretty Reckless.
Yep. Newfound Glory.
Newfound Glory. Some work for Yamaha, THQ, Toyota, Lexus, ESPN, Adidas, Pioneer, Key Corp, SeaWorld, more Toyota, Sergio Tacchini, Universal, Atlantis Resorts, Coca-Cola, Dr. Scholl's, Pontiac. Coca-Cola's on the BDS list. So is Adidas, I think? I don't know. Reebok's on the BDS list. Okay. Anyway.
All of this to say, this director, old as fuck.
Old as fuck. It was directed by Avis and produced by Jeremy Alter. The video depicts a young girl, Harley Graham, with butterfly wings exploring a surreal landscape, while Haley sings the song near a large ditch which guitarist Josh Farrow is digging. Eventually, the little girl's fantasy world becomes dark and frightening, with the characters she was friends with before now turning into dark and sinister creatures. She runs to escape, picking up her doll, emerging into the sunlight, and falls into the ditch where Haley is singing. Haley stands up and tosses the girl's doll in after her, and Josh throws the first shovelful of earth into the ditch and continues doing so as Haley walks away. It is pretty fucked up. It's kind of a scary music video. It's a little frightening, quite frankly. It's like weird goblin guys eating shit, and like it's not.
Yeah,
it's not.
A part of it feels like, you know, the weirder parts of The Labyrinth.
Yeah,
David Bowie's The Labyrinth.
It is very much pulling a Labyrinth vibe from that's what it is. It is very much pulling that feeling. I agree. In an interview with MTV, bassist Jeremy Davis explained the band had created a treatment for the video before receiving further ideas from several directors. The video is Paramore's first to not be performance-based, and some of the members of the band are only seen for a short period of time. It is their first video to be filmed in front of a green screen and to have a whole story behind it with acting. Guitarist Josh Farrow likened the video to the 2006 Spanish fantasy film Pan's Labyrinth, which I also see. It was originally set to premiere on November 17th on The Hills. Interesting.
Hell yeah.
The Hills. The video was eventually released on Paramore.net on November 23rd.
Everybody loves a .net.
Hold on a second. What? You're going to be in the shot, but you do what you want. We got Adam's wife comes in and walks into the shot all the time. You do what you want.
Absolutely. Do your business.
Don't fall and die, but you'll be fine. Chelsea, ladies and gentlemen.
At least it'd be on camera.
My crypt keeper. Let's see. Track has been performed by Paramore on many occasions. The band's first performance of the song was July 2009. Performed a live version on MTV Unplugged and was also performed at the Ulalume Festival. The song was performed as the last song on the band's fall tour in October to December 2009. At the end of the song, the support groups would join the band on stage. And we also performed the song on Late Night with Jimmy Fallon on April 29th, 2010. We do have some charts and certifications.
We do.
The charts, Australia's Aria peaked at 85. Belgium's Ultra Tip bubbling under Flanders, 16. Just the tip. Netherlands single top 100, 95. Mexico Inglés Airplay Billboard, 42. New Zealand's recorded music NZ, 29. UK singles official charts, 85. You don't know me. UK rock and metal official charts, you don't know me. 2. And the Billboard US hot rock and alternative songs at 20. Certifications, New Zealand, RMNZ, platinum at 30,000 units sold. And the United Kingdom BPI silver at 200,000 units sold. No certifications in the United States, but still,
No.
fuck the RIAA anyway.
Agreed.
You get that from me. That's from me to you.
That's free.
As a gift. As a gift. Let's see. Let's see if there's anything more to read. We've got some quotes here from Haley Williams, The Alternative Press. Imagine me walking into this tiny little room where we practice, not knowing what we were going to accomplish that day, and then hearing this song within the first 5 minutes. I fell in love with the music to these verses from the first snare hit. It reminded me of Me Without You. Oh my God, that's a name I haven't heard in a long time. And had this darkness to it that I was just crazy about. I knew that I had to write something that I thought was just as electrifying as the music, or I wouldn't be happy. I didn't sleep that night. I finished the verses and the bridge and came up with several different choruses, even though I didn't like any of them. I was writing a story about a girl who escaped reality through pictures and fairy tales and anything that wasn't the real story. This way, she'd look perfect to everyone else, and we'd all think that she's got it together. But being that it was all for show, it couldn't last. The lyrics in the chorus finally happened when I pictured her finally doing away with it all, burying everything she'd made up in her mind so she could face the real world for once. For the record, this song isn't autobiographical. So this is a purely fictional story, according to him.
Yes, it's fantastical.
Which does tie into this idea, like this fantasy world where this little girl is like living in fantasy and like running around traipsing around her fantasy world, and finally kind of gets real, and then the end of the video where she falls into the grave, and that's like her growing up and like realizing that she has to live in the real world,
face this shitty world.
Yeah, which again is kind of tying a little bit into the themes of the first three albums or the first three songs. Not entirely, but like this idea that you have to like eventually grow up and like do something, you know?
Right.
Haley also explained to Kerrang! In 2009 that the song is about people who cover up their reality with frills and make out like they're living a fantasy life. It's one thing to have goals and dreams, but it's another thing when you never know where you're standing in the real world. People can be hurt by that. So we'll talk here
Sure enough.
about the credits. More time. And it's very similar, so we'll just run through quickly. Producer Rob Cavallo, Haley Williams and Josh Farrow were the writers, co-producer Paramore, lyricist Haley Williams, distributor Warner Music Group, label Fueled by Ramen, Atlantic and Warner for those things, Mix LA Sound, Sterling Sound, Todd McKean, Dan Chase, Lars Foss, Steve Ray, Wes Raw, Josh Farrow, Jamie Mahoberek, Haley Williams, Josh Farrow, Taylor, Jeremy Davis, Kurt Doggy, Keith Armstrong, Nick Carbon, Brad Townsend, Ted Jensen, Warner Music Group, But Father, I Just Want to See Music, Josh Music, FBR Music, Riley Eminger, Nate Warchowski, Zach Farrow, Lightning Sound Studio, Hidden Hills, California. It's all the same.
Lafayette.
I'm taking this horse by the rein. No. It's all the same people, it's all the same things.
Yeah.
I did slow down a little bit, but Father, I just want to sing music.
Yeah, oh yeah.
I love that. Songs that sample Channel by Daytime Channel. Wait. Channel by Daytime Channel by Photon.
I don't like that.
Easier and a Fairy Tale by Photon. Sandcastles by Melty Cannon. Covers. We have covers by Taylor Acorn. Halocene featuring First to 11 and Tara Bright, which is I imagine a video called Evolution of Paramore. We also got one by Andrea Storm Caden and an acoustic cover by Andrea Storm Caden. We also got acoustic performance by Paramore. We've got a live at the Red Rocks performance, and we've got the MTV Unplugged performance. We've also got a translation in Espanol, Spanish, no Portuguese, just the one.
Well, the tags are rock, USA, in English, pop rock, emo pop, pop punk, and alternative rock.
Also doesn't have any genres on the Wikipedia. Interesting.
Genreless.
Hold on, I need to read this comment here by Caroline 6 years ago. Hi, guys. My name is Caroline, and I'm an English teacher in Brazil. I often use this website to explain some verses of the songs I use in class to my students. As English is not my first language, sometimes I am not sure if I got the meaning of some expressions right. In the verse, we'll make sure to build your house brick by boring brick or the wolf's going to blow it down. What's the meaning of the word boring? Does it mean something that is tedious, not interesting, and not exciting? I'm teaching the verb to be an adjective to one of my students, and she asked me the meaning of the word boring in this song. And I told her I wasn't quite sure, but that I would do some research to certify if it means the same as the word tedious or not. Can someone help me, please? Thank you in advance. I don't think anybody helped her. There's no replies.
Probably not.
Yeah. Somebody just commented here 8 years ago, 2019. 2 years ago, 2024.
God.
Anyway.
Yep.
That's all there is.
Love
Adam,
that.
before we get into the song discussion, song.
I still like this.
Yeah.
I'm still here for this.
It's a great song.
It's still pretty good.
It's so good.
It's pretty good.
Oh,
It starts out loud, but like then it gets louder. Like it does this, it still does that thing. Like it still kind of progresses. When you start at a place, you can still go from there. You don't have to kind of like me up and down all the time. You can just kind of like fucking send.
You.
I know. Me.
You fuck.
Terrible.
Stop being a fuck.
This song's still fucking great.
Yeah, it fucks. This song fucks.
I'm still gonna have a very, very controversial thought about this song.
Sure.
But
let me ask you
still like it
really quick right now. Does it have to do with the end of the song?
Absolutely does.
Okay. Interesting.
Absolutely.
Interesting. We'll have to see how you feel when we get there, but we'll start with verse 1.
Oh yeah.
She lives in a fairy tale somewhere too far for us to find, forgotten the taste and smell of a world that she's left behind. It's all about the exposure, the lens, I told her. The angles were all wrong. Now she's ripping wings off of butterflies.
What in the him are we doing here?
What in the him are we doing? A fun fact, obviously not now anymore, but when I first listened to the song, I used to think it's all about the explosion.
Oh, nice.
And
Hell yeah.
Lord help me if I could tell you what I thought the lens was in that instance. I have no idea. But I also think it's all about the explosion. I told her is what I thought.
Well,
it was.
only cool guys walk away from explosions.
It's true.
Walk towards the lens.
That's so true.
Yeah.
Yeah, but what again, it sets up this like thought we've talked about how it's non-autobiographical, it's all allegorical. And it's about this girl. She lives in a fairy tale. She's lost in her dream world or fantasy. She doesn't really think about the real world anymore. She's kind of like in a, and honestly, if that's not dissociative depression, then I don't know what is, man.
No shit.
Because my God. And I
think the best argument for this to be non-biographical is so far this album has been her breaking free.
Yeah.
Not in like a Troy Bolton kind of way, we're breaking free and soaring and flying, but like this is actually like freeing herself of everything that's come before, where this is, like you said, like this is the dissociative part, not the actual admittance and freedom.
Yeah. It does a little bit, it does feel like a little bit of like this is the trap. This is where the trap is.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Especially when you get into like it's all about the exposure, the lens, which kind of leads back to, the back half of Panic at the Disco, where it's like sometimes being famous really sucks because everything that everybody said about Hollywood's right there. Well, I feel like this is done better.
Sure. Well, you can take it that way, but I also think it is like, I read it as like this look into perspective.
Sure.
Because depending on what side of the lens you're on changes how you view. It's just like she's on the inside of the lens, so she's trash. She sees all the good stuff and all this other stuff, but then I told her you're on the other side, and I can see what it is, and I can see the danger you're posing to yourself, and I can see the spiral that you're trapped in, and like I feel like it's about perspective.
I like
more
that.
than fame is fame is fame.
Yeah, I like that.
This heavy-handed thing. I think it's a way to talk about perspective. And then again, it also comes down to the end of it. It's like the angles were all wrong. Now she's ripping wings off of butterflies, where it's just like you've told her about perspective, and you've kind of like shaken her worldview a little bit, and so now she's flipping the fuck out.
Yeah.
Yeah. And again, that kind of like ties into where it's just like this warning when you get to the pre-chorus where Haley, the way this like heavenly like keep your feet on the ground, and the echoes happening behind it and stuff. But it's keep your feet on the ground when your head's in the clouds, and after you see this, you get like the drums building up and the guitars as it kind of launches into the chorus. It says, here Haley tells the story's main character that even when she dreams, she needs to base them in reality. She wrote in her diary, I wanted the whole song to have this sort of fairy tale vibe, only to twist the point I'm trying to make in the song, which is she's living in a fake fairy tale, like wake up. And fun fast forward, I don't know how much you listened to After Laughter, but I remember picking this up at the time when I listened to it initially. 8 years after the song release, Haley refers to this idea again in 26 from their album After Laughter, which is the line, and I've been chasing after dreamers in the clouds. After all, wasn't I the one who said to keep your feet on the ground? Man, you really brought me back down, which is, I think, which is a very interesting kind of clever thing. 26 is a great song also, I think. So that's fun. But again, you have this pre-chorus where she's kind of like has this like heavenly, which again, this like life, like vocal, like when you're talking about your head's in the clouds, where it's like this kind of angelic, like soft, like keep your feet in the ground when your head's in the clouds, and sort of stuff. And you get the drums and everything building up into the chorus, and she like then you punch into the fucking chorus.
Yep.
Well, go get your shovel and we'll dig a deep hole to bury the castle. Bury the castle. Go get your shovel and we'll dig a deep hole to bury the castle. Bury the castle.
The throw of shovel and the throw of hole.
Go get your shovel and we'll dig a deep hole. Yeah, she like pulls that. She pulls that. I always thought that it was in "We'll Dig It Deeper," which I think also works in a way that my other explosion line did not work. But still, same concept at least. But yeah, it's this idea like, you know, go get your shovel. We'll dig a deep hole to bury the castle, which almost feels like it's time to put away, bury the fantasy, live, move on. And we kind of talked about how like the chorus is, she said how the chorus is about like breaking that shackle and just like finally leaving the fantasy world behind and stuff like that. It's very much like
fucking grow up.
Yeah, basically. Yeah. Haley, again, I love having this Haley's diary stuff and all these quotes and stuff like that. This whole idea was expressed in her diary, in Haley's diary, where she explained, which by the way, like her diary was like basically like a blog, like Haley's like personal blog, like online.
Sure.
I believe it's important to stay young and happy, to have faith in what might seem possible, and have goals beyond your current ability or temporary means. However, there's a huge difference, to me anyway, between acknowledging your dreams and living in a reality. Some people are so scared of being boring, so insecure with who they might be, that they build up this huge lie. It's all one big distraction for not only the onlookers, but for themselves. To me, it's a selfish way to live, a great means of defense, but selfish nonetheless. I've been hurt by this lifestyle, hurt by people I barely know. I've been guilty of living this way. It's so common. I'm glad that I found some words to finally speak up about it. A brick is such a traditional, tired, and plain, boring representation of solidarity. I wanted the whole song to have this sort of fairy tale vibe, only to twist the point I'm trying to make in the song, which is she's living a fake fairy tale like Wake Up, which is the other quote. When thinking, how could I really get that across in the song, I decided to use a house, someone's safe place. Even in fairy tales, you can't forge fort out of magic and fairy dust. You gotta build it just as real and solid as a stupid old brick.
Hell yeah.
And there is a picture which I'll put
I love this little drawing.
Yeah, I'll put the picture on the screen for those who are watching the YouTube video. But it's in the Genius lyric comment
annotation.
We'll go get your shovel, but it's this like, it is like an illustration of keep your feet on the ground with your heads in the clouds, go get your shovel, bury the castle, blah, blah, blah. So we get this chorus happening. We get the post-chorus. And the guitars. And, so good.
Oh, yeah.
going into verse 2. So one day he found her crying, coiled up on the dirty ground. Her prince finally came to save her, and the rest you can figure out. But it was a trick, and the clock struck 12 will make sure to build your home brick by boring brick, or the wolf's gonna blow it down.
Oh yeah.
And I love the build your brick by boring brick in the
Yeah.
like the way that like this, the end, like it's so, that sounded horrific the way that I sang it just then, but like so good, man. Like it's just, she's got such a, it's like a great voice. And like she plays with lyricism. She plays with her voice in, I think, very interesting ways.
Yeah. I mean, I think here it's kind of all on display. It goes in a lot of places. There's a lot of range. There's a lot of fun. Yeah. Kind of still, it's like that sense of anger, but still like it's a different anger. Yeah. It no longer feels personal. Like it's still strange to me that this isn't biographical. Like I get why it's not, but it still kind of feels like it could be. Mm-hmm. But like that kind of punchiness still just escalates the song a little bit. And especially for it to just be like, it's the title of the fucking song, I gotta sing it real hard, like really effective.
It's really effective because again, like it could have been that, but I just like it I don't know, just the cadence of how, like, I feel like I need to go like listen to it really quick because it's just like it fucking
that's good.
Let me see if I can find it. Yeah. Home brick by boring brick. Yeah, it's so good. Yeah. It's so fucking good. But again, I love how she uses like she uses two fairy tales. So she's Cinderella and she uses the Three Little Pigs. These two concepts kind of coming together where again, Cinderella, is a fairy tale and she has this beautiful fantasy evening where she has this dress and this ball gown and fairy godmother and blah, blah, blah. And then the clock struck 12 and the fantasy breaks and it kind of ties into the story about how like you got to be careful and you have to make sure that like your real life needs to be fucking solid. Otherwise you being trapped in this fantasy is going to fucking ruin you, which is then what the brick by boring brick thing is. Because like, yeah, it's boring. Building your house with brick is fucking boring, but like it's solid and it's what you need and you need to be able to survive. And that's so be in your fantasy, but like when the bubble finally bursts, you need to make sure that you are handled here.
Yes.
Type of thing.
I think the other fun concept of like just finding brick boring is how many people find brick houses beautiful. And then to have somebody who just says, brick's boring. Yeah. Like I find brick houses to be beautiful depending on what kind of brick they are. No,
I think
like
so
I'm
too.
Gonna name the kinds of bricks, but like to say they're boring is a hell of a statement. Well, and it's a good one. Like I get it.
Yeah, I think it's too, but I think like it's not necessarily like bricks are boring because I think brick houses can be very beautiful, but I think it's like what's just like a standard building material, right? It's just like oh, it's brick. But think about like, maybe like a straw house or a stick house is more interesting, but those got blown down. No, it didn't get blown down. Sturdy, boring, reliable brick. You know what I mean?
Yep.
So after this verse, you get the pre-chorus again. She like lifts up clouds at the end of a little bit more here. And I really like that a lot. And then we get the chorus again. And we get some powerful woes after the chorus. Whoa, whoa. So good. And it slows down. We get a little bit of softness, a little bit of like, oh, ease on back here, Nelly. And you get the bridge. Well, you built up a world of magic because your real life is tragic. Yeah, you built up a world of magic. And she sings it, build up a world of magic, and she pulls that last magic out. And then she gets even lower. Well, if it's not real, you can't hold it in your hands, you can't feel it with your heart, and I won't believe it. But if it's true, you can see it with your eyes, even in the dark, and that's where I want to be. Which I think is like that powerful moment of like snapping back into reality where it's just like the fantasy is there and it's comforting, but it's not real. It can't. No. it can't save you. Your life is tragic. I get, and you put up this wall, this barrier to protect yourself, but like, it's not real. Your heart, like, it doesn't do anything for you. But like, even when it's dark, you can still see what is true, what is real. And I'd rather be where it's true and real than hiding in this fantasy that I've built for myself.
Right.
But then you get this part, and it ends with, and that's where I want to be, yeah, and goes back into the chorus. And she's singing underneath it. So, and she's like wailing on this chorus, go get your shuffle, and she's singing like crazy. Underneath it, she's saying, you'll be better off without me now. You'll be better off without me now. And she's doing like, you get like ooze underneath it too.
Yeah.
And here we get to the outro.
Yeah.
And now this is, I think, where you have some umbrage and where I think we're going to disagree. Because I fucking love this.
The only complaint that I have against this so far is this song has so far taught us every time that there's a ba-da-ba-ba-ba-da-ba-ba.
I'm loving it.
Loving it.
Also on the BDS list, McDonald's.
Oh, fuck. Is there should be something that comes after it.
No, see, that's where I don't think that there should. It's a break in concept. It's a break in expectation. I think like, and again, and here's what I'm going to counter you with, right? This entire song has been about this person living in a fantasy world and snapping out of a fantasy and approaching the real world. What better way to illustrate that with a sudden fucking snap at the end where it just ends and you're just like, oh, and you're jolted back into like,
it's not even the fact that like it does that. It's a different voice that comes in and does it too.
Well, it's the band. It's like Josh and it's the band, but like,
I know, but
she's also going fucking crazy while this is happening too. So it's not like she disappears.
She comes in there, but like the first couple, it's them. And then I wish that like kind of at the point where it was just them, she'd come in and do like one or two more and then we'd get one final chorus. And fuck me for ever thinking that I want a song to be a little longer, especially with the chorus.
It's a pretty long fucking song. It's like a 4-minute, 14-second song. I don't know that I agree. And like respectfully, I don't know that I agree with that.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like, again, it's already a pretty long song, but again, like it's not like you get, I think like 2 of them or 3 of them where she's not part of it. Like the first one's right, and it's like building and building, and she comes in and she's like going crazy while the drums are fucking building up. And again, I think it is training you to like, there is an expectation that like there should be another chorus after this. But I think for the theme of the song, how it just like goes in and it's building and building and then just snaps you off where it's like, oh, okay, we're back. Yeah. Right. And it kind of follows its own rules in that way. But also like, if I think that if I truly believe that if there was another chorus at the end of this, you will be shitting on it because it is another repetition.
Absolutely.
That it doesn't need.
Yeah.
I think this is a really effective ending for this song. I think it's really cool.
Yeah, like my only other coldest hot take that I've not been able to let go of this entire time of listening through this album is this outro just feels so manufactured for Warped Tour fun.
Sure.
Like, and there's that I'm kind of like, I'm like, But then today I was like, I think if this would like, if you were
with
just
like the clapping and stuff, I like it
right.
though.
Oh yeah, no, it's fun, and we all know that I hate fun here. We know that, but I think if you were to like do 2 with the band, 2 with her, not all fucking 8 of these, 2 with her, 2 with the band, come back in with a shorter chorus, not repeat it twice, you'd be like, and then out, and then I'd probably be like, yeah, cool, but probably not. You're right, like again, you know that I hate repetition.
I think that the Bada Buzz in this the way that they built it would be ruined by another chorus. And again, like, and I just listened to it, and again, she's like going fuck.
Once she comes in, she's loud. She going.
It's like again, it's this big thing where it's like you're building up this fantasy world, but it has to snap. You have to break out of it, and I think it tells that story in a chantable way. And again, the clapping, I like the clapping. I love the buzz. And again, like you said, like I would love more of it, of her with the band or like all this other stuff. The band does 2 ba-da-bas by themselves.
That's all they need.
And they do that twice. And then she comes in on the third one and then she's there for the rest of the time going fucking insane. So it's not like she's missing. I think it's just like another moment. We've been trained to understand call and response already for the first couple of songs too, especially the last one. So I don't think it's weird necessarily. I think it's a really great ending for the song. So
yeah, I can't disagree. I know that I'm an outlier here, right? I will be for the rest of the season.
You're just a fucking weird guy, and that's okay.
I'm just a guy.
We know this about you. We don't necessarily love it about you, but we do know it.
No,
and knowing is half the battle. So
it is.
Do you have any final thoughts about?
I don't.
Okay.
I mean, you know, I've kind of said what I wanted to say. I think this album does slowly turn me here. We're 4 songs in, and I have liked 3 of the 4 songs. So that's a sign.
That's a good. But here's the thing is that you have talked about how after a certain point it does sort of break down for you, and I'm curious if that's still the case or if maybe you've softened a little bit.
Maybe
so we'll get some more analysis. It's going good so far. You're not embarrassing yourself or me so far, and I'm thankful for that.
I've had several seasons to do that, baby.
Several fucking seasons. Hey. So we will call it here. Great song. I'll bring this up again at the end of the episode, but next time we are going to be doing another twofer. As we mentioned, we're going to be doing Turn It Off and The Only Exception next week. So that's going to be very exciting stuff. So, the acoustic.
Yeah.
Pretty good acoustic. Nothing to write home about, but I love that, like the way that it has to like shake out. Like it is just Haley, and she sounds exactly like Haley Williams, and she sounds exactly like she should, and she sounds amazing. And it's just this like fucking salsa guitar. Like acoustic isn't but like because of how fast the song is, like it sounds like, and again, it's just like the last one where it sounds like that really rapid like flamenco fucking guitar playing.
Right.
I think it's fun, but I like it a lot.
She's very like so unplugged. It's amazing because in this, she's still like, she does this thing where she kind of throws it, but it is so restricted that you barely want to believe that it's the same singer or same song. Right. Yeah. Like this is kind of one of those things where it's like, oh, artists can't sing the same live as they do in a studio album. No, they sure as shit can. And they could probably do it a little bit better.
Yeah. Good. Well, again, great song, great track. We'll talk a little bit more about what's happening next week at the end of the episode. But for now, Adam is fucking with the bullshit. He's muted now too. You muted something.
Oh, I muted myself.
There you go.
I thought I was muted before I tried to move it.
No,
I tried to pull the microphone down closer. And like I said last time, if I do that, the shelf is coming down. The shelf about came down.
Ooh.
So if that was unmuted, I apologize.
Bitch. One of these days, bitch, it's going to happen. And I'm going to be real excited to see it. And I'm really looking forward. I'm really looking forward to that moment. But for now, let's head on over to the sound system.
Sound system.
My pick this week is a song called Who's Laughing Now by Dury. It is a song that came up in a new music playlist like several years ago, and I haven't thought about it in a long time, but it's really good. It is classic like singer-songwriter, like guitar, talking about living life and being broke and all this other stuff. It's just a fun song. And it's just about like it doesn't really matter. Like all the stuff that I do doesn't really matter in this life because I'm living. And again, kind of tying to like living the life that you need to lead and need to live. Like it kind of ties into that, where the crux of the song, it starts with, my mama always said I would regret it if I ever got a tattoo.
Yeah.
And who among us never heard that? I mean, look at me. Like I said, like and I'm doing fine. Mostly.
I just got to the line of my dad said I should always learn a stick shift.
Also don't know how to drive stick shift, but every van I ever had was an automatic. My friends say I should make it big, but I'm still living in the basement. And I think my favorite, I'm just as broke as the day I was born, but I still make it work. Just like everybody else does, and it's really good. And then it kind of like cycles into this thing of it's like, listen, all of these things that people and like the TV and like your family and like everything says, you know, I got a hot girl and I'm playing music and I'm making good memories and money with my friends and it's paying my rent and I'm doing my best and I'm living my life. And I think it's a really cool lesson. I thought it fit really well for like the last couple of songs we've been listening to, but it's just like a fun song. It's a fun song to listen to.
I fuck with this.
Yeah. One thing I also want to mention too is that literally today, as we're recording this, Czarface and Frankie Pulitzer put out a new single. It's not my Soundsystem pick, but it's called All It Takes Is One Bad Day. It's really good. So check that out.
Hell yeah. All right.
Yeah. What do you got, sir?
I've got That Guy by Tyler, the Creator.
Mm-hmm. He released this a while ago after GNX came out.
Yeah, but, this is very TV off-ish. Yeah. It's fucking wild. Because
he took the sample from TV Off, but like he very recently released it like the actual single where it's like on streaming services. So it's kind of new in that way. But this was like a remix he did of TV Off of Kendrick of GNX when it was a big thing a couple years ago. Yeah, tell me how you feel about it.
I love that Tyler, the Creator, is going to keep on creating, as basic as that is to say. But we've talked a lot about Tyler, the Creator on this podcast, and from where he was, 17 years ago, 16 years ago, hell of a different person, hell of a different artist.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, if you were to tell me that 17 years from Yonkers that I would believe or just think that my son would want to enjoy Tyler, the Creator, I'd be like, oh no, not that guy, never that guy. And it's a completely different era. And I think this song being a playoff TV Off is incredibly fun. Like it makes this kind of a next level of creativity because it's not like he's competing with Kendrick. He's just flowing off what was there. Yeah. In such a good way. And like, it's a mockery, not necessarily of himself, but it's not necessarily like a celebration either. He's just kind of, this is not a victory tour that feels like a victory tour kind of thing.
One of the lines that he has in Chromacopia, I can't remember which song specifically, but he has a line where he says, because he's also from LA, he's from the same area, like the same city that Kendrick's from. And one of the lines in talking about like he's not trying to like one up Kendrick or like compete with Kendrick. He says, the line is biggest out the city after Kenny. That's a fact now, which I thought was really like he knows, he gets it. Yeah. He's not trying to like do anything. He just was having fun with a popular song, which I think is really cool. It's a great song too. I like it a lot.
It's a good song.
Oh my God. I'm really that guy. It's really good. There's a music video too. It's fun. He's just like around. Yeah. Just like being a fool. Yeah.
I've got it playing now. I think kind of the just musical homage that this song is pretty good, pretty solid.
Yeah, great pick though. I love that shit.
Yeah.
But for now, that's it. We're done. It's time to go.
Oh shit.
It's time to sail off into the sunset for another week.
Get out.
Get on it. Get. You better get.
Go on, get.
You better get. Next week, we're talking about Turn It Off, and the only exception, it is a twofer, as all the episodes this season will be. Yep. So look forward to that. And after that, like we are approaching halfway done with the album because of that. Like it's kind of crazy. It's compressed. 12 songs, 6 weeks. 12 songs, 7 weeks is the overview. 8 weeks because of the ranking.
Well, I had a couple weeks off because work stuff.
Sure. Yeah.
But that's fine. I might not have the week off that I thought when I originally had intended, but it might still come in this season, so we'll see.
Maybe we need to talk about
just not when originally planned.
Yeah. And I have
Corporate
found my
America.
I have found my feet 257 weeks. And you could be waiting for a day that won't come. Anyway, thank you for joining us. Follow us on the places. Send us messages. Go to my website. Follow me on Letterboxd. Follow us places. All the other stuff. Anyway.
For dear listeners, I did find the letterbox in the time that we were recording.
He did find the letterbox in the time that we were recording, and I did follow him back also during the time we were recording. So
if I can follow the Blues Clue, you shall can too.
Blue Skidoo weekend 2. I'm also not like super ready to talk about it yet, but if you go to my website, there is going to be something on the front page that will kind of tell you about some stuff that's going on in my life right now. Just keep that in mind. I will talk about that specifically when I'm ready to talk about it, but that you'll probably see that on the front page next time you check it out.
Hell yeah.
Just be aware. You don't have to, if you want to check it out, I'd appreciate it. That's totally fine. I will specifically talk about it soon, but yeah, that's going to be there as well as my letterbox. Please do that too. Anyway, God, Adam, let us leave, please. Sir,
probably.
Please, sir, may I leave?
Get the
Well, you muted yourself.
All I did was hit the space bar and it said, go fuck yourself.
Yeah, I think most things should tell you to go fuck yourself, Adam.
You probably should. Well, in proper fashion, I guess we should probably get the hell out of here, right?
Yeah, we should.
I declare this meeting of the Sad Kids Record Society closed. Love you, bye.
Love you, bye. So does Spider-Man.
Spidey.
Did I listen to pop music because I was miserable? Or was I miserable because I listened to pop music?